the IT200 project. As you guys know, I picked this bike up for $100, I think a couple days ago. And last video we got it running, but the carburetor was really gunked up, and I figured it out. The gas tank was filled with like a bunch of crappy, I think it was ethanol gas that was in it. And it made like a really thick substance, and it got lodged in the carburetor and just plugged up everything. So we cleaned out the carburetor again. Everything's good to go. I put a clear line on here so I can see the gas going in, and I cleaned out the gas tank as best as I could, so we shouldn't have an issue with it anymore. But the issue we're having now is that we're getting a ton of white smoke blowing out of the pipe. It's like white grayish smoke. So I'm guessing oil is getting into the pipe and it's going out and burning off. It actually started on fire the other day out the pipe. There's a huge flame coming out the pipe, so I had to quick spray it with a hose and try to get it out. So that was not good. So we definitely need to fix that before we try to attempt to ride it again. What we're probably going to do is take off the head and the pipe. I just want to take a look at the piston in there. The rings could be stuck, which would allow more fuel and gas to get down, lodge into the pipe, causing it to smoke a lot. Or the pipe could just be filled with a bunch of oil, or the silencer could be plugged up and not letting enough backflow through, and not letting that pressure out. So those are some of the things I'm thinking about. Yeah, that's the plan for today. Let's dig into it and see what we can find. All right, guys, there's like a ridiculous amount of carbon built up. This is all the carbon that came out of it so far. I mean, there's just big chunks of it. And check this out. I've been working on it for like 30 minutes now, and it just continues to come out the pipe. Yeah, as you can see, just a crazy amount of carbon. So we'll work at that a bit and try to get all that carbon out, and then reinstall it. Because I looked at the piston right here underneath, and the piston actually looks pretty good. So there's no scratches on the piston or anything. So it's got to be that pipe. Alright, so I got as much carbon as I could out of the pipe. I mean, that's a pretty substantial amount. It's got to be like half a pound of carbon. That's kind of a lot. And this could have been blocking up some of the passageways in the pipe, and it's causing some problems, but I mean, that's a bunch of carbon. Alright, pipe is back on. Let's see if she starts up. Hopefully it doesn't start on fire. take it for a little rep. Alright guys, just got done with the ride. Just running pretty good. Very peppy. Doesn't smoke too much out of the back. And yeah, it's running pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think the pipe was just a little bit plugged up with that carbon and it was not running too good. So it wasn't getting enough air output. But yeah, so the carburetor is leaking a little bit. I think the float height is a little bit off. So we're going to adjust that and make sure that that needle is closing off that fuel flow when the floats go up. So we got to do that and then we should be able to take a rip on it with the GoPro. Alright guys, it's looking like it's going to storm here. I just fixed the carburetor, adjusted the float height a little bit, and it doesn't leak gas anymore. And yeah, we can take it for a rip. We'll take it for a test drive, see if it leaks gas. If it doesn't, we'll take it for a rip with the GoPro and then go in the back and trail ride it. So stay tuned. Hopefully it doesn't rain here. Well guys, just took it for a rip. It doesn't leak any more gas. So I think we got it dialed in. I just adjusted the float height and that seemed to help a lot. And I think there might have been a little piece of dirt between the needle and the seat there. So I got that out, cleaned it out, and I think we're good to go. So let's take a rip with the GoPro, see how she handles, and we'll rip her down the road too. Stay tuned. Alright guys, the bike is all tuned in, good to go. Just took it for another rip, and seems to be working perfectly, not leaking any gas. So I think we're all set. First ride with the GoPro, here we go. This thing is really weird too. I might tighten that down quick. Just gotta get the correct wrench for this. I believe it's this one. Nope, too big. This little guy. Alright, where do I want it? I think right there. Tighten that guy up. It's not gonna go anywhere now. Alright, let's do her. First ride. Starting now. That kick's a lot easier to use too. And now it starts at first kick. Check this out. Well, hopefully it does. Let's see. Second, I'll take it. It's not too loud. I think they're still packing in the pipe there. Take her down the road. Rip's pretty good. See if the lights work. Test the lights here. Doesn't look like the lights work. We'll have to get that figured out. Whoa, the grass is tall in there. that's for a 200cc. This would be a sweet bike to ride around on the road with. So light, nimble. It's too wet to ride anywhere else. You can see there's standing water on every single trail. And I don't want to dig it up because it's not my land. So there's one spot we can go to. I'm too high of a gear. Really doesn't feel like a bike from 1986. It's very comfortable, very nice riding. Come on, baby. Woo! Little splash of water there. It's so wet though. Look at the stopping power. The thing is fun. See if it's leaking gas. Not leaking any gas, baby. She's fixed. that cop down there? Don't want to be messing with any cops. I'd say she's running pretty good. Couldn't be happier with it. Very solid. Alright, first real ride done with it. Thing is just crazy fast. Super fun, super light. I like this bike a lot. It's really fun to ride. If I had a better back tire in the back, that'd be a lot better, but the back tire slips out a little bit, but that's not too bad. Back brakes work, front brakes work, clutch works really good. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We came a long way since I picked it up. Really helped to clear out that pipe. You saw like the half pound of carbon that came out of it. I think that was just kind of limiting the potential it had and blocking up that airflow through the pipe. So good thing we took that out, and it runs great. Doesn't rev up, doesn't do anything like that. It's a great running bike. So I'm definitely happy with it. We're gonna check the oil and probably do an oil change here pretty soon, depending on what the oil level is. It looks like there's new oil in it, but I just want to check the oil level. And after that, clean it up a bit, paint a couple more spots, and we should be good to go. Very clean bike for the year, 1986. Alright, we're trying to figure out the wiring here. We took off the seat. Looks like the wires here are fine. I took those off and then reconnected them to get that corrosion off there. And then I did the same for the front. Everything's hooked up correctly, so we're just trying to see what could be wrong with it. So the gas tank needs to come off now. Alright guys, well, for some reason the light doesn't work. I took out the gas tank, looked at all the wires, made sure all the connections were good, and we're still not getting any lights. I even connected the ground right here to the frame, and still no lights. I don't know if the bulbs are bad or what, but not good. I even bypassed the switch, and we're still not getting lights. I kind of gave up on it for today, but I'll come back at it and try to get the lights working. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this little project. It was pretty fun, pretty cheap, and yeah, definitely a good time. Anyway, I highly recommend you guys pick up an IT200 if you have the chance. They're pretty sweet bikes, very fun to ride, and you won't regret it. If you need any dirt bike, motorcycle, ATV, or scooter parts, check out lap2.com. There's a bunch of parts up there right now for the YZ250, so definitely go check it out. And I think that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Until next time, we are out.